Hello, welcome Scorpio. This is Meredith. I'm here with your monthly message for November 2018. We are using the After Tarot. I don't think I've ever used this deck in a daily or monthly reading, so it's slightly different than your traditional tarot deck, but it's pretty. We have a new set here for you to enjoy in honor of Halloween if you're celebrating. And happy Scorpio season. So let's get started. I do want to remind you to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus videos so you get the full picture of the month ahead. And your first card is the Chariot. You're on the move, Scorpio. You're on the move. Good for you. Okay. So there's travel and adventure on this card, exploration, also receiving guidance from the universe. So you may just have moments of pure raw knowing. Pay attention to those, maybe even jot them down, because those moments of exploration, of guidance, will serve you for what you're journeying through now. Oh goodness, I forgot to turn the phone off again. Okay. The After Tarot deck it's meant to be moments after what you normally see on the traditional tarot. So the messages are slightly different. So this is you having already moved forward with information, with guidance. There's victory and homecoming and protection, and one of the things of note on this card is, he's not holding any reins. He's not steering this. So he's doing this with pure will and determination. So your intuitive guidance is fueling your will to move forward on your spiritual journey, and you're doing it swiftly. It feels intuitively, Scorpio, that you have a target in mind, a destination in mind, and you have the resources, the will, the determination, and the guidance to get there, and to get there quick. As in, this leg of the journey is not going to be long or arduous for you. Let's see your card in the current position. 8 of Cups. So typically we see this card with a person embarking on a journey. So this backs up what I'm telling you on the Chariot, that you have already embarked on the journey. In this deck, we still have the energy of the eclipse, so there is an influence of late July, early August on this card, so do a little bit of review for what was going on in your world at that time. We've had the 8 of Cups show up quite a bit in daily messages recently, so this was like graduating, moving from one set of circumstances to a new set of circumstances. In this deck, though, there's a message on this card that as you have moved on without looking back, there is someone behind you left to pick up the pieces. So that may be something worth reviewing. And it could also be a message of abandoning a dream. So it's possible you've just changed your route a bit. Or my guides are saying that you were feeling things were going one way, and now they're going another way, and you're adjusting to that. But the adjustment's going to be swift here from the Chariot. So that's positive. It does indicate that you could be feeling as though your future is a bit in flux, and there's a consideration for you in this card that maybe there's a set of circumstances that you need to make right. Maybe it just there's a certain scenario at play in your world that just isn't setting right with you, and you have an opportunity with this Eight of Cups to improve those circumstances. Another message on this card is to not turn your back on a gift that's in front of you. So for some of you, this could be in relationship, family, friend, or beloved, that you have turned away from or departed from this person, or circumstances, scenarios regarding your relationship to someone, and there is a gift in it, and the card is here reminding you not to turn your back on it. There's a message here too of making the most of what you have. Start where you are, use what you've got. Let's see what crosses this card for you. The Tower. This connects very well to the Eight of Cups, you know, that perhaps there was something that fell apart for you. This feels old. The Tower feels old to me here. So this is something that's months or years. My guides say no more than 3 years in your past, but it has been influencing your recent past. And you walked away from whatever this was, but now there are new gifts before you that came in on eclipse season. And so you could be in a period of reconsideration for decisions made based on the experiences anywhere from 3 years to 3 months ago. So consider that. This is the Tower. It has fallen. So it was dramatic. It was a surprise, kind of a sudden ending. But it was the universe stepping in with a forceful clearing of pent-up energy. And it shook you to your core. And it had you looking long-term and making decisions at the time that this happened. And now you're receiving guidance from the universe. It's just spontaneously coming to you, and it's affecting all of your spheres of influence. And it has you reconsidering not so much what you walked away from, because that seems to be the positive and right thing for you to do at that time, but the decisions you made around walking away from those circumstances. My guides are saying that your life has changed. Gifts are in front of you, and it's time to reconsider the gifts in front of you, and to not make a sweeping gesture of turning your back on it all. There's things that need reconsideration. Okay. So let's take a look at what's in your new foundation, because this is an old foundation. The Tower is your old foundation, and in the new foundation you have 10 of Cups. So this may be specific to just a handful of you. My feeling is you walked away from a relationship that had gone sour. My feeling here also is that there is some sort of betrayal there, whether that is someone not being honest, forthright, and truthful with you, which is untenable to you. So you left that situation. And somewhere around eclipse season, late July, early August, it could stretch back to February, though, of this year. It could have started sometime after February and gone into the July-August eclipses. Something changed. It's possible for those of you in this scenario that I'm describing that someone new has come into your life, and while you made this decision to walk away from your prior experience, this person is inspiring you to reconsider, because this person brings to you the 10 of Cups. This is something you can co-create with this person, and it will not be like it once was. So you're being challenged to trust this. Now, take that same scenario. Let's take it out of beloved relationship where you may have walked away and decided, that's it, no more. I'm fine on my own here. But then you meet this person and now you're reconsidering because they're showing you that this is a possibility. This is something you can create together. But let's take it out of beloved relationship and put it into family relationship. There could have been a break within the family, and that break is mending. So you may have been in a place where you were thinking, no way, there's no way we can recover this relationship within the family. But circumstances have evolved and changed, and so has your journey, so has your path. And now you're seeing that there is a possibility for reconciliation, renewed connection. And then let's take it out of the family relationship and move it into career. And this is a message that's been showing up a lot recently in the daily readings, that some of you had been maybe self-employed, and maybe the bottom fell out of that work for you, or how you are of service, and you decided, I'm going to do a 9-to-5. But now you're feeling reinvigorated and re-inspired to start a new business again, to be to embrace the entrepreneurial spirit. And so there is some hesitation there because you had the Tower there, but the inspiration for it and the guidance oncoming in the Chariot here from the universe is sort of nudging you in that direction, and you cannot ignore the call. So just like you can't ignore the call to mending a family relationship or opening your heart once more to love again, you're feeling the desire to be free and to be your own boss. So this is pretty loaded, Scorpio, but it's really positive. And this could be affecting you, some of you, in all of these areas at one time. So that's a lot to sort, but you can do it. You're very complex individuals, and you can handle a lot. So 10 of Cups, there's unity and joy. This is a good marriage if there's partnership or beloved relationship in consideration. This is a good connection. It's better than expected. In career, it is successful partnership with the other people that would be of benefit to you. It's also a happy home. This card is connected to the river of life, which is the energy that connects us all to each other. And it's immersion in your spiritual journey. My feeling here too is that at the time this 8 of Cups and Tower situation occurred for you, you were less immersed in your spiritual journey. In the time away from this relationship, that family fracture, or the breakdown of a career and the rebuilding of a career, in that time you have become much more connected to your spiritual journey. And so the decisions made at that time of the Tower, the 8 of Cups, the moving on, the leaving behind, those decisions supported you at that time, but your spiritual journey has evolved you in such a way that you're now reconsidering, and your heart's opening and desiring this beautiful connection in the 10 of Cups. And that's lovely. Let's see your next card. This is the recent past. So part of what's influencing this desire to reconsider, to turn around and look back on the 8 is the fire in the Ace of Wands, which is amazing. Now this is you, Scorpio, having walked through the fire of your own journey, and you've come away unscathed. You've had to go deep within yourself and do a lot of emotional healing work, and you've been doing it. And as a result, you're being offered up gifts from the universe. They're just arriving on your doorstep, and they are answered prayers, because back here on the 8 in the Tower, anywhere from 3 years to 3 months ago, within that time frame, it felt like the 10 of Cups was not a possibility again. So there was heartbreak, sorrow, pain, loss, and these recent months have actually let me back up. At the time of the 8 in the Tower, you were feeling that pain, but also, like most of us, as things unravel and break down, we pray that they improve, they get better. We desire to hang on to the very thing that we feel we're losing at that time, and so we pray for a new opportunity and a fresh start. But then as time goes on and we heal within our emotional journey, we become more stable within ourselves, and we're like, all right, it's okay, I don't really need that right now. I don't need it. I don't need to restart my business. I can live without that family relationship right now. That fracture can stand as is. There's nothing for me to do there. And if it's within beloved relationship, you're like, yeah, you know what? I can be single. I can do this. I've got my legs under me again. I'm good. But in this time, the universe has been answering the prayers that you prayed and the desires and the intentions that you set when all of this was falling apart. So now it's coming back around. It's coming back swiftly, and you're having to reconsider an answer to it. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which in combination with the Eight of Cups is having you do a reassessment of just how far you've come. And you do see that you have walked out of the fire of your past. You are unscathed. You have a strong connection to your own self. You believe in yourself. And it is that energy, believing in yourself, feeling inspired, receiving the gifts, that has you believing for and dreaming for this Ten of Cups down here. So this, Scorpio, is an opportunity for you to say yes. It's up to you, lovelies. It's up to you. So the Ace of Wands in the After Tarot has you burning with passion. And it's a new spiritual beginning. And this hand right here is considered the hand of the magician from the major arcana. Some would see it as the hand of God, so the hand of divine, the hand of the divine offering you, giving you a gift. But if you see it as the hand of the magician, this is the manifestation prayed for back here, coming into your now moment. These cards are very deep. The clouds in this card reveal the separation between this world and the next. So there's this feeling of the miraculous on this card. You know, how can you walk through fire without getting burned? But you do. And, you know, that's part of your magic, Scorpio. You're very deep, you're very complex. And these are the sorts of things that you can do. The things that everybody questions, like, how is that possible? Scorpio just makes it possible. The other message on this card, too, is that there are unlimited possibilities in the palm of your hand. And this is all inspiring monumental change for you, because this was a monumental change on the Tower. It affected everything. It changed your path dramatically. And your path is changing dramatically yet again. Okay, let's see what's in the crowning energy of this reading for you. Three of Cups. This is you feeling the celebration of that 10. There's harvest on this card. Celebration. There's comfort, security, abundance. These women they are named in this tarot deck. They are considered splendor, mirth, and good cheer. They are also considered beauty, gentleness, and friendship. So there's a lot of communication when this card shows up. So this is you, Scorpio, maybe talking this out with your own guides and angels, or talking this out with a trusted friend, saying, you know what, I find myself at a bit of a crossroads here. I've been committed to this Eight of Cups path, walking away, doing it myself, but now things have changed. Some things have entered my life. I'm reconsidering. I'm feeling the joy, the consideration of being connected into a new career, into mending this family fracture, or into beloved relationships. So it's possible, Scorpio, you're talking this out with someone that you trust, who really understands how you operate. Scorpios tend to keep it close to the chest. They like to sort things themselves first before they discuss them, but they will discuss things of an emotional nature with someone that they know very well. So if you haven't done that, consider that as well, because sometimes having some feedback from a person who knows and loves you and only wants the best for you, oftentimes they offer you a gem of wisdom, Chariot, that gives you yet another point of consideration, something that you hadn't mulled over on your own, or something that maybe you overlooked out of the drama of this Tower situation. And let's take a look at your outcome. Queen of Swords. This card is really beautiful in this deck. You know, the Queen of Swords, I feel, gets a bit of a bad rap. You know, she's considered cold. And I don't see her as cold at all. She's decisive, and she's been through the fire of life. She's been tested by it. And as a result, she's an amazing strategist for her life, for her queendom. And she needs to boldly make decisions that benefit the highest and greatest possible outcome. And sometimes those decisions are difficult. And that's definitely something you're facing here as you recall the Tower and you recall the choice to move on. The message I'm also feeling here is don't live in the past, Scorpio. Just because that's the way it was does not mean that's the way it will be, because you've grown, you've changed, you've evolved, you've made amazing choices for yourself that support living from your heart space, living from your soul space. And there are people out there who will meet you where you are. And that's what you're feeling in celebration on this 3. That's what you would really desire on this 10. And that may be the very thing, the only thing that would encourage you to reconsider what was seemingly lost over here on the 8 and the Tower. So it is this raw joy, it is these other people or this other person, if it's beloved, who has come into your life, and you see that there is a synchronicity to how they live from their heart space and how they express their soul selves. And the Queen here, if you'll notice on her sword, at the very tip is perched a butterfly. Now, would a cold-hearted person ever have any concern whatsoever for that butterfly? Probably not. They'd just swish their sword through the air and not care what happened to the little butterfly. That's not the case here. My feeling is she depicts you considering the beauty of what's on offer to you from the divine. Chariot, Ace of Wands. And you're in a state of allowing with that. And there's this bird flying here in the background too, which represents freedom. There's something of you not feeling caged or trapped, Scorpio. That's very important to you. And in this scenario where things have moved, changed, evolved, and now are being gifted to you, manifested by you, for you, there is freedom in it. There's no emotional trap here. That's the feeling I have. Wow. This is a deep one. Leave some comments, Scorpio. I would love to hear how this relates to your journey over the past 3 years to 3 months, how this is taking shape for you in the now. Okay, let's do the angel answer cards. This is your opportunity to ask a question. First card. Ooh, it's falling out. And there's one on the floor. So as I was saying, that you may want to consult your own guides and angels or talk to someone who knows and loves you and really wants just the best for you, has great advice. Here's ask your angels. And those people in our lives are our living earth angels. So connect with someone and maybe have a little bit of a discussion about this. Sort it out. Next card that fell out was compromise. And that's what I feel here coming off the 8 and the Tower. You set some things in stone back then as a form of emotional protection to say, nope, that's it, moving on, doing it myself. But now, again, the eclipse season has brought you manifestations, intentions set in your past, and they're showing up in the now moment. So you may need to compromise your the determination with which you set these intentions back then as a form of protection. You're being asked to reconsider how you have emotionally protected yourself and if that choice is still valid for you. Next card. Here it is. There's something better. Yes, 10 of Cups. There's definitely something better. Ace of Wands. Absolutely something better than this. This is what you left behind. And this is what's in front of you now. That's awesome. Okay, last card, Scorpio, is the affirmation message for the month. Comes to us from the Notes from the Universe on Loving Connection deck. And you get hubba hubba. Well, that's appropriate for you, isn't it, Scorpio? You amazing lovers of life and all things sensual. Okay. You know that dreamy look of deep, soulful love? Yes, you do. You've sometimes seen in the eyes of another as they gaze into your own. Expect a lot more of it. Woohoo, the universe. Yes, yes. 10 of Cups, Ace of Wands, 3 of Cups. This is what's being offered to you. Consider saying yes to it, Scorpio. Blessings to you for a beautiful November. Do please leave some comments. Like, share, subscribe here on the channel. I do appreciate that. If you'd like to book a private reading, you can do that in the description box below. And watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus videos. They will be linked for you at the end of this video. Bye for now, Scorpio. Happy season of you. Scorpio season.